part 2. Or we can call this even part 1 of another one. But this is going to be a continuation. I was talking about knowing your tools, so your tools can start working for you. Making adjustments. You're aware, your awareness, you start making adjustments. What can I do differently for myself? What is your weaknesses? Recognize what is your Achilles heel that would decrease you or put you in a place of, a lot of what, when you get in situations that are just kind of the everyday things that put you frustrated, that take away from your emotions, that take away from your feelings, right? Know this, that you have to put your feelings in order. What I mean by this is most of our feelings are based on temporal, immediate things in reaction to something that just happened or something that's down the line going to happen. A lot with financial and relationships, right? In life, and the blockage of not being able to tap into more abundance. A lot of people with money problems. I think they said 80+% of divorces are really based on what? Lack of. There's that lackey again I talked about in the past. So really what we want to do is, I'm laughing because my wife just drove by and she's going to home because I'm not far from home. I'm kind of finishing my walk, and she doesn't see past what she's driving, and that's just kind of a thing I always tease her about, because I'm going like this, trying to get her attention. Of course, she didn't see me, which is kind of always what happens. Even when I'm driving, I almost have to pull up next to her and honk, honk, honk. Finally, she may look, if we're out both driving or been out in the community. But anyways, making adjustments to self. Being aware is powerful. Awareness will give you like a diagnostic center. What is your emotion that does not produce for you, but will take away from you and decline you? Emotions are not supposed to be your foundation of who you are. They are supposed to be something that assist you or serve you instead of being your taskmaster. Instead of being led by them, they should be your followers. They should be something that you participate in, but not your foundation of your leadership. Your emotions should not be your foundation of your leadership, because they can flow like a good wave on a surfer. Even though the surfers, what is one of the things surfers do or don't do? Take a little sit here. I'm back home in where I live, so what I'm going to do is take a little sit, finish this video before I go in. Enjoying the sunshine. Finally, we got a little bit. It feels like springtime here. Don't feel like summer, spring, because we didn't have a spring. But anyways, your emotions shouldn't lead you. What emotions, even great emotions like love, caring, have an opposite side of them where they can be your downfall. What I mean by that, you can, I don't want to say that because this is going to get love too much, but is your love enabling, or is it helping establish? Or is it enabling people or disabling them, if I want to use that term? Or is it opening themselves up to them? Because what we need to do is empower others, not always do things for them, because this makes them lacking. Meaning, when you spoil the rod, you spoil the child. And what that really means is, when you in very, very different ways, when you don't put a discipline in yourself, you really hurt for people all the time. That's why people have a deep connection with feeling other people's pains. Empaths have to balance out, because that empath can be so strong that you end up giving stuff to people who then don't know how to use their own tools, and then they become reliant, in which what happens when they become reliant, they never really take the situation to the next level to help themselves actually be self sufficient, which is connecting them to abundance. And actually, when they get older, especially with children, and they get older, they do not have confidence or trust enough to make the situations better for themselves, because they have always had somebody else enable them. I like the word use disable them, because now they can't function and make decisions and do things that they need to do for themselves in their individual lives. Because the reality of us, nobody has power over anybody else's decisions and what they do in their life. You can give great advice, but it's up to them to make the changes necessary for themselves. So this is some of the things, putting this in order. This is very difficult when you're dealing with sensitive signs that are very sensitive water signs. Women, right? Women, the opposite, even for mothers, is mothers can be, when they get out of order, end up smothering, right? Fathers, when they can be disciplinarians, can go way the other side and be fathers, or farther away instead of a father, a connected force. So it's all about balance, frequency, knowing your awareness, and then knowing your tools. Everything that you feel is drudgery, and I used to feel that way about in the past, stuff like discipline, responsibility, and all these very taking responsibility, and all these different disciplinary actions or facts for yourself always seemed very hard. And then I always looked at it now as I tried to achieve something that was, and try to pull it from outside of me, when really these are all active within you. They just got to be activated. And then these tools will start arising when you start doing the work on yourself. And when the work starts on yourself, you start seeing what happens to you is changes. And now you're equipped, not lacking. You're equipped to take yourself in your road to the next level, right? So this is why language, awareness, which is part of the tools. Going into silence is language. Staying silent. Going into a silent meditation retreat within yourself. Retreat to where? Retreat within. That's what a retreat really could be in the long run when you look at it. We go into a retreat. It's about retreating within. Quit going outside yourself. Retreat. Treat yourself by going within, because you did it before. That's why it's a re. Everything with a re means you've did it before. All right, this is D-Boy West Coast Uncensored, part 2. I will be releasing this and putting it out. Did it on the phone today because I'm going back on my walks. I will do the recording, and I will fix my camera in the way that I'll put it more eye level in front of me. I went back to some of my old equipment, or GoPro camera, and then I had to fix something because something really didn't work well out of it. And it was me, my lack of that. But, I figured it out. And this is stuff even, I'm going to put this out here real quick. I can get really frustrated when I don't know how to do something immediately, and then I have to work at it. But I'm learning how to take the deep breaths, not get frustrated, and realize I can figure it out with somebody figuring it out for me. And that's the changes that you can make, whatever your weaknesses are and you're lacking, because your lacks can end up being your middle ground or your strengths when you start doing the work. D-Boy, West Coast Uncensored. You guys have a great Moon Day, Monday. See ya.